Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Yes, welcome back. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do some reviewing on a few videos. A lot of my subscribers love sending me videos and they want to know my opinion on certain subjects. Of course, I can't do long videos on every single subject, so I decided, you know what? I'm going to start doing very quick reviews on as many as I can. So I'm going to have one segment a week where I do quick reviews on some videos that really piques my interest and where I feel that you guys can learn a really good lesson from it. All right. So with that said, subscribe. Come on, hit the old subscription button and the notification bell so that you guys can get more of my content more regularly. If you're learning something from my videos, please pass it on to your friends. Let's try to build and let's try to heal our community again. Because that's my only goal. My only goal is to help heal the community. All right. And of course, if you guys want to chat, you need a 1 hour, half an hour chat, log in to askanolderman.com, book a session, very inexpensive. I'd be more than happy to help you as best as I can. Okay? And of course, if you have a quick question, get me over on Instagram, send me a voice message, and I'll respond in kind. All right? Usually within 24 hours or less. All right. So let's get into the first video. And this one is quite fitting. And it's basically a conversation with the legend himself. I don't know why people would compare me to him, but you know, we come from the same era. Mr. KS himself, the GOAT. He's on the live chat with a married woman who's considering getting out of her marriage because she's not happy. So let's hear what he says.
And you think the grass is going to be green on the other side. He's realizing it ain't shit out here either. There's only so much new pussy you can get.
Yeah.
We'd rather have a good night's sleep and a nice bowel movement. I mean, honestly.
Okay.
I'm being honest. You're not kids anymore. So it's like, okay, you got to relearn somebody all over again. And it doesn't sound like y'all had anything really major. It sounds as we don't have a community or a culture that supports marriage. Because if you'd have came around a bunch of married people and a community that supports marriage, people would have told you, girl, you better go back home and work this out. And people would have told him, man, you better go on back home and fix this.
Right.
Versus get out here and live your best life. That ain't what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you, put your family back together. Because ain't shit out here. I'm out here. Ain't shit out here.
Right.
Venereal diseases and crazy shit.
Ah, man, you know, for those of you that don't freaking appreciate this man and what he's done to the black community and how much he's contributed and how much he's inspired other men to get their shit together, you guys have no clue. I have studied a lot of his work and what he's done since his passing. You know, I didn't get a lot of time to know him before he passed away, to be honest with you. But it was actually he's passed away and I started my channel and more people start sending me videos. I started to examine his work. And he's done amazing work, man. I wish I could come that close to what he does. His approach, yes, it was rough, it was raw. But here's the thing about YouTube. If you don't put yourself out there on the edge, you're not going to get people watching you. That's the shitty part about this thing. It's the controversial stuff, the entertainment factor that draws more and more people in. But then people will criticize you when you push it. So you get people on both sides. But let's get into what he just said because I'm telling you guys, I get a lot of calls from individuals or couples who are looking to walk away from really good marriages. Really good marriages. Nothing really serious about the marriage, but they want to quit on it. And of course, you guys know it's usually women. They get into their feelings. Listen, man, if the guy isn't whipping your ass or beating your crap out of you, or if he isn't doing some blatant, nasty cheating, out there on the streets, right? Bringing home diseases or getting some other woman pregnant, right? Sharing his resources with some other woman. Because these are usually the biggest problems with marriages. Stay in your marriage, okay? Stay in your bloody marriage. Most of the problems I find in marriages are money problems. He loses his job. He's not pulling in as much as he used to. If he's drinking excessively, partying excessively, he's gone off the rails. And the woman don't question why he's done that. She's only concerned that it's done and she don't like it and she's ready to bail. And she will bail with 2 kids. She will bail with 3 kids. She will bail with a kid from a previous marriage plus his kid and thinks that she's going to go out on the market again with kids from 2 baby daddies now and get a 3rd guy to pick up the reins. It's insane how women think. I just don't get it. And gentlemen, you have nothing much to really focus on except, protect and provide for your family. Most couples tend to forget why they got married in the first place. This is the issue. Anytime you start to lose focus in your marriage, focus on, hey, you know what? I married him for this reason. Well, how did we get here? You do not look at marrying a person if you've seen a blatant problem. That means when you got into the marriage, everything was good. You made an agreement. You decided that you're going to go into it. Stay in it. Fight for your marriage. Because, like he said, these streets are rough. The streets are rough. Do not listen to your single friends, ladies. That's what the problem is. You're listening to too many of these single women out here on social media telling you, oh, I'm living my best life. Bullshit. Bullshit. Just because you see them out on brunch with their friends and they're throwing back a few mimosas, what happens when they go home at night? After some guys, just unload on her, it gets lonely. What happens when she hits her 50s, 60s? It's lonely as hell. What happens when you have nobody to take care of the kids when you want to go out for a little while? What happens when you need companionship? Stay your ass in your marriages. Mr. Samuels was right. Thanks, guys, for sharing that video with me.
What's something you can't live without?
A big ass black cock.
Women have no shame these days, and these young girls have no shame. If this was my daughter out there on the street saying that, number one, she wouldn't even dare do that. But point is that the amount of shame that I would put her under, she would regret doing this. Society has to bring shame back. I'm telling you, this is just, imagine if that was your daughter, your sister, your cousin. We need to bring shame back. But I think it's channels like these that are protecting other men. This has already started a massive movement. And there was another gentleman, a little side note. A gentleman sent me a message and said, oh man, I really love seeing how fast your channel has grown and how I really love your content. And I feel like I would love to do content like this. He said, but I can't compete with you, man. And I said, dude, don't try to compete with me. Join me, man. Get out there. The more men that have voices that are out there loud and shouting our disapproval of the dating market, we don't have enough yet. There is room for more men to get out there and voice their displeasure. So please don't think that you're too late to the game. So I say get out there. There is no competition among us and our channels. Men will listen to different channels to get a different flavor. Women are listening now. So I encourage you, any one of you who thought about opening a YouTube channel to talk about male issues and the problems and help other men come together as a community, please do it now. Start it. Get going with it. Because this is how feminism grew so fast. Women, more and more women just got out there and voiced their displeasure with what was going on. And what happened? Mainstream media had to pick it up. because they're also the consumers. But men have to get on the same bandwagon, band together, and make our voices loud. All right, let's get on to the next one. Enslaved.
Late to the game learning about this. Student loans are really messed up. I just checked my student loans because I needed to get the information to someone, and what the fuck? I started with $80,000. I have been paying for 10 years. Last year, I paid $6,000 lump sum because that's really the only way to get it low. That took it down to $76,000 after I've been paying for 9 years. The grand total is I have paid $120,000 and I still owe $76,000. How the fuck is this possible? What? I think I might be late to the game.
Yeah. So women are now realizing why men are skipping college, because this shit here is unreal. America, you guys are pretty much being enslaved, like this top of this video said, because you imagine just entering into your adult life as an adult, but you have a debt of $80,000. And you haven't even started living yet, but you have a debt. Just on one loan, $80,000. I can't even imagine that amount coming out of school. Man, I had money saved. I was in a surplus when I left high school because I was working summer jobs. I had a surplus. I had a savings account back in my day. Right through college, I never paid any high tuition for colleges because I worked, paid tuition, work, paid tuition. I had a little bit of assistance from the bank that I was working in. They paid some of my fees. No loans. Okay, so I really feel sorry for you guys, man, because nowhere else in the world it's this painful. Wow. So ladies, all I'm saying to you is, listen, man, smarten up. This idea that you need a bachelor's degree in marketing or you need a bachelor's degree in HR just to get ahead. And what's ahead? What is that? What does that mean to get ahead? It means that you're going to go so deep into debt, $120,000. In 10 years, you're still paying it back. But yet, you probably won't be making six figures per year. In order that six figures, you got to pay credit card debt, you got to pay the mortgage, you got to pay the rent, whichever one you go into, your daily expenses, your weaves, your nails, and all of that other stuff, just to say that you have a college degree. And I get it. You need it to progress in life, but don't borrow money for it. Don't borrow money. Don't borrow for student loan. Work, save some money, take a few courses. Go to a community college. You don't need an expensive college. Go to a small community college, get your degree. Look and see if you can do it online. Get your degree online. This idea that you're going to go that deep into debt, $120,000, that is a massive house that you can buy for that. That's a 3-bedroom house in a lot of areas. Wow. Woo. Let's go on to the next one.
What do you bring to the table?
I'm not going to answer this question. This is just something that I wouldn't answer in a date. I'm not going to answer here.
Fine.
I'm not going to answer how many books I've read.
Okay, what do you expect men to bring to the table?
Integrity, clarity, consistency, strong connection to divinity, not necessarily religion, but some kind of purpose-based lifestyle.
So what is the female equivalent of that?
The same.
Then why wouldn't you just say that at the table when he asks you?
This is the bullshit that men got to put up with. Women will tell you what they want a man to bring to the table, what a man has to bring to her. But she's sitting there with her freaking neck tattoos, thinking that she's going to pull a man of quality who's going to take her to the Christmas ball at his high-powered corporate job with what? a low-cut dress with her neck tattoo, with all the women just sort of looking at her and the men oogling at her neck tattoo and her, oh man. Sometimes I just wonder, do women even think long-term? Most women just don't think beyond the freaking next day. Oh, this tattoo is going to be so beautiful on my neck and chest. Oh, it's beautiful.
I'm not.
Oh, look at that. What is it? What is it? Let me put my glasses on. A skull. Is that a skull? The hell? Oh, that's going to be so cute. Tony Clayton says, boom. The thing is, they expect to receive and not to give. Plain and simple. And you know, I hate the woman bash, but you're seeing it in real time. You're seeing the problem in real time. I don't have to bash her. She just screwed herself. She is showing her true purpose. She is telling you. I don't have to even tell you that this is what is happening right here. And this is standard operating procedure for most women. Oh, I want this sort of man, 6 feet, six figures, 6 packs, six dicks, six. What are you bringing? Oh, me, I am the table. It's an old story. I'm so frustrated of having that. I feel like a broken record, actually, having to just say that. It's freaking embarrassing to go on about it. So let's proceed to something else.
My daughter has been rocked by men.
So this is the Clarissa Shields issue. You know the boxer, Clarissa Shields, who
Clarissa Shields just got dropped in sparring, but the feud between her and the sparring partner ain't over. This is what she had to say.
This dude named Arthur, I don't even know his last name, but he's a Russian, and they don't have no respect for no women. But he was so mad that I embarrassed him that him and his coach decided to put him on some gloves that had very little to zero padding in it. I've only been dropped 2 times out of my entire life since I've been boxed.
What's your thoughts on this? This clip is from 2018, and the other boxer is artist Amatovs from Latvia.
Who wants and calling out another professional male boxer who she feels that she could beat his ass. This is her father, I guess, bringing her up with some sort of truth. Let's hear what he says.
My daughter has rocked men in the gym, but my daughter has been rocked by men in the gym. And I want to get this across to Clarissa Shields, to every woman out there. It is very difficult for a man who respects women and respects himself and carries himself as a man to defend himself and get his point across at 10% while a woman's going 100. Especially a woman who's skilled, because we're not trying to whip a woman's ass and put her to sleep, but we're also not trying to get rocked by a woman. So when dude caught her with a left, he probably put 30% on it. When my daughter got rocked, my man was literally looking around like, do y'all want me to punch her or not? But they're like, she gotta get her work. Dude cleared the space, bam, hit my daughter in her head. She said she never felt nothing like that before. Woo! And he barely put mustard on it.
And this is the thing. As a former martial artist, right? And I say former because, you know, I still practice, but I don't practice at the degree that where I'm still at a black belt level. I'm in that age now where I humble myself, you know. I prefer to have a weapon because any of these young boys come at me, I'll prefer to, you know, even the playing field that way. But point I'm trying to make, when I used to teach women self-defense, I always told women, I can teach you the basics of hitting and kicking and punching and where to hit a guy, to distracting him enough to run. Do not ever think that you're going to freaking go up against a guy toe to toe. I can teach you how to break a hold and run. That's your only freaking option when it comes to self-defense. Male power versus female power, no comparison. The best thing women can do when they're in a confrontation with a man, apologize and run. Okay? Simple. Let's get into a few more and then I'll shut this off because I don't want to make this one too long. Oh gosh. Okay.
Like a sexual kink regarding... I was groomed into feederism. Feederism is a kink, like a sexual kink regarding feeding someone generally for the purpose of them being fat or getting fat or gaining weight. There's a big umbrella when it comes to feederism. And the thing about this guy is I think he was into what's called death feederism. And death feederism is what it sounds like. It's feeding someone to the point of getting so fat and so big that they die.
Absolutely no accountability. My mouth, my choice. I was groomed into feederism. It just gets worse. It just gets worse.
The fattest person in the room. Join me on my Fat Positive radio show.
It's a great show. I highly recommend. Oh, never mind. She actually died. I wonder why.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She is also sadly dead. I say sadly because towards the end of her life, she was actually trying to make a difference.
I ruined my life with food, binge eating, and lack of self-care. And I'm hoping that it's not too late for me this time.
But realised it was too late.
I got fish sandwiches from 4 different fast food restaurants. Who has the best one?
He's dead at 33.
Society makes you hate yourself if you don't look a certain way. And I am damn determined to change that.
Yeah, she's also dead at 37. I'm starting to see a correlation here. Fat acceptance needs to stop. Now that these body positive influences are dying, people are realising how stupid it is to accept it. You just gotta work out and eat less. It's pretty simple. You highly likely don't have a disease or disorder. You're just lazy.
You almost feel like, what world are we living in? It's almost like we're living in this clown world where women can just do or say anything, and the rest of the world have to go and say, yeah, you're right, girl. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You were groomed. Yes, you were groomed to stuff yourself. Ah, jeez. Let's just leave that one there, okay? Leave that one there. Vegas woman who claimed she was too pretty to be arrested was sentenced to 15 years to life for killing her mom. Can't make this shit up, guys. The narcissism amongst women. Imagine, I can kill my mother, and you know what? No one can do anything to me because I'm too pretty. I can't keep a straight face and say that. You imagine a guy saying that. Oh, man. That's another one I just want to leave there because I just don't have the energy to just... Yeah, I want to hear you guys' feedback on that one. Okay? Last one.
Today.
So you had a man before yesterday?
For 2 years. I'm not gonna lie, I got a dick appointment coming.
Well, who?
My best friend.
You were friends with this guy while you were dating your boyfriend?
I've been friends with him before I knew my ex, I guess now.
I'm so disappointed in you though.
Why?
You're going to go your best friend a day after breaking up with your boyfriend. That means you wanted to your best friend while you were dating your boyfriend.
It's kind of more complicated, like...
For those of you that watch these red pill channels, you know for sure a woman always have one in the chamber. There's that guy in the friend zone that she just keeps on reserve. Studies have shown this, okay? It's just that guy, the best friend, my buddy. And the second it doesn't work out with Chad and Tyrone, that poor backup guy, he gets hit. He gets called in. Does he have any long-term chances? Hell no. No, no, no. The minute another Chad comes along, she'll throw him to the wayside again, and it will be back. The same rotation. It's just so blatantly obvious that women have a serious problem in this whole day and age of hookup culture that it's scary. It's scary. Then when she hits around 28, 29, she realizes, okay, I'm going to settle down. We know the story. She's been ran through by tons of Chads because she's beautiful. She's going to get hit. She's going to get pounded away. And that poor friend guy, I hope he wakes up, see channels like this and say, hey, that's not a woman I want as a long-term partner. Let me just move on with my life. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about my quick reviews. All right. Yeah, if you guys want me to review any of your videos, any clips that you see that you think might be interesting for the channel, send them over to Instagram or askanolderman@gmail.com. All right? So guys, remember, if you need to book a chat, you need some problem solved, need help with any mentoring issues, whether you need help with your relationship, whether you need help with money, whether you need help with growing your YouTube channel, book a session over at askanolderman.com. All right? So guys, I'll see you all in the next one. And remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. Okay, cheers.